If we've learned anything in American politics, it's that the fastest way to win a debate is bring a bunch of dead white guys with you.
But the people running for president on the Democratic side are talking about assault weapons ban and gun confiscation. That is the exact thing that the Founding Fathers wrote the Second Amendment about, to protect us from those Democrats.
We need to go back to our Founding Fathers.
The way that our Founding Fathers intended.
Founding Fathers.
Founding Fathers.
Founding Fathers.
Founding Fathers.
By the way, turn off the air conditioner. Start sweating like the rest of America. You know what? Use fans like our Founding Fathers and framers did.
The thought of Hannity making sweat angels on his bed should be enough to make you question everything. And if it doesn't, maybe this will.
Yes, the Founding Fathers, creators of the Constitution. So it's no wonder politicians are always making points by invoking them, right? Otherwise, it'd be really scary that today's technically advanced, massively diverse USA is relying on the 18th century's hottest takes.
Hear ye, hear ye! Before the founders issue a decree on net neutrality, they would like to know what kind of rope this net is made of. Is it hemp? Fish guts?
But let's be clear about one thing. They were not gods. Let's get the big one out of the way. Most of the guys who wrote America's moral code thought it was fine to own another human being. In fact, George Washington not only owned 124 slaves, he leased another 40 from his neighbor.
I cannot tell a lie. I think people rental is fine.
I cannot tell a lie. George could be a real asswig. Enlightenment icon Ben Franklin, one of his first big ideas for the electricity he discovered, killing turkeys with it, and almost killing himself while trying it out. And later, Professor Niesocks proposed eliminating 6 letters from the alphabet, including C and J. What an act-cast! The founders were also dumbass fanboys. On a diplomatic visit to England, Jefferson and Adams vandalized Shakespeare's home, chipping off a souvenir piece of his chair. Speaking of signatures, the not at all overcompensating John Hancock, a smuggler who made a fortune in contraband tea, wine, and rum, who patriotically championed a boycott of British goods that made those things even more valuable. Governor Morris, who wrote the preamble to the Constitution, died trying to clear a blockage from his penis with a whalebone. Which is crazy, since by 1806, standard treatment was to simply drill a second hole in the side of the penis. So the next time you hear a politician invoke the Founding Fathers to defend their right to own a laser-scoped, Wi-Fi-enabled military-grade weapon that can fire 800 rounds a minute, remember James Madison, who wrote the Second Amendment, lived in an era when it took a full minute just to load a gun with one shot. Plus, he was shorter than Jeff Sessions. All gods are at least 5'6". That's just science. The Founding Fathers did some pretty great things, and yes, the Constitution was one of them. But that document is not the infallible word of gods. It's just the best a bunch of pretty smart dudes with lots of competing, not always honorable interests could do to create a framework for American democracy, while not inconveniencing slave owners too much. Also, fun fact, they're dead and we're not. So it's up to still alive us to deal with our currently unfolding problems. And that's because they were not gods. We'll be right back.